Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. How's it going?
It's going really good. I love that wallpaper.
Thank you.
Is everybody saying that?
Yes, it's been a hot topic today, but
Well, it's a statement thing, right? Especially when you're like, I was just telling this is my closet. So like, you know what I mean? Like I'm in this little, and then there's flowers and it's very, I don't know. I like it.
a lot going on. So Morgan and I just moved from a condo to a house. And so we've like wallpapered every room and I like a lot going on.
I like it. I saw the TikTok video where everyone wanted to see your closet, and you've got the wallpaper on the ceiling up there as well. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But I got to start with "Hole in the Bottle," okay? Because I love this song. The second that I heard it, I was like, "My girl, I love it." It is such a it kind of reminds you of like something you hear with '90s country, kind of a twist there, and it's fun and it makes you smile every single time you hear it. Tell me about this song and what it means to you.
Well, first of all, thank you. You're like the hype guy. I love it. No, it's so funny. I wrote for the album Kelsea for like, a year and a half, and I was on this trajectory to do like this like very emotional, introspective album. And then when I was doing my last writing retreat for it, Hole in the Bottle happened out of a drunken night with me and my songwriting friends. And it was literally just us getting a little bit wine drunk and kind of jokingly writing this song. And I listened to it the next day and thought, well, I definitely don't have anything like this on the record. And I've never had a drinking song before. Everyone knows I love wine and
Right.
it would be really fun live. So why not put it on the record? And then obviously last year was last year. And I think it was just the perfect song to put out because I think music can be escapism. It can kind of bring you to a different place and lighten your mood and make you giggle and all that stuff. And this song, I think, was that for people, and was just kind of 2 minutes and however many seconds of like, I'm just gonna, go to the fridge, get a glass of wine, and just pretend like things are okay for 5 seconds.
Well, it's funny because we know every line of the song in my house, and I got my wife and I got my 3 kids, and my 2.5-year-old son will walk around the house randomly. And I don't know what this says about my parenting, but he'll randomly be like, "There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all the wine." Like he just loves.
Yes, there is. I know. This is the first song where I'm like, when I get tagged and children singing it, I'm like, oh, interesting.
Hey, that's on us. That's on the parents. That's not on you.
Fair.
I got to talk about Shania Twain, because that's got to be an incredible thing for you. It's an amazing duet. Can you tell me how that came together?
It is crazy that it happened and that it exists in the world. Basically, Shania reached out early quarantine and she was just like, I'm working on a new project. Would you want to do something together? And I was like, duh. And we ended up kind of going back and forth with ideas. So I would write a chorus and just voice memo it on my phone and send it to her, and she would do the same. And we were just trying to find something that kind of felt great for both of us. And then, Hole in the Bottle started really working, and I kind of tipped my hat to her in the outfits in the music video. And I was like, wait a second, why didn't I just ask her to be a part of this? And the funnier part about it is I've actually gotten to have a couple glasses of wine with Shania before. So it just kind of, a lot of it made sense. And so I just asked her, I was like, I have this song. Do you want to hop in on it? And she did. And just added this fun element. I mean, she added Shania, and yeah, like she only can. And I'm so proud of it.
I've got to ask you about it. I'm going to pull up my phone because I want to make sure I read this tweet. I screenshotted it. There's a tweet from someone. Her name is Sarah Jean. She says, the extra country music in me really wants to learn the line dance to Hole in the Bottle by Kelsea Ballerini. You retweeted it and said, if there's a line dance to this, I'm going to lose my mind. This is my dream. Did you ever find out if there's a line dance or not?
I don't think so, but I thought you were just about like to tell me that there was. And
I Googled
down from that high.
I'm sorry. I Googled my butt off beforehand to try and find one. And it looks like there is, but I don't think that it's like fully caught on at the, like that. But here's the other thing too. The world that we're in right now, there's nobody at any of these. Dance. Right. Like, where are you going to do it? So I guarantee you there will be one.
Oh, your lips to God's ears. I really want a line dance to Hole in the Bottle. And then we can do make it a thing on tour. Like, people can come up and do it on stage. Like, yeah. Let's manifest it.
You know what we got to do is you got to do one on TikTok, and then it'll go like fire, dude. Everyone.
I know. I'm really trying the TikTok thing, but I have a couple like saved drafts of me trying to do the dances with the whoa and stuff. I can't do it. I feel like I look so stupid. I can't do it.
I think you're one of my favorite people to follow on TikTok, to be honest with you, because I think like everybody else, my wife and I, we get, locked down here at the house and we're bored and we had heard about TikTok, but like, well, I'm 35 years old. She's 37. So it's like, it's probably not targeted to us, but let's kind of see what's going on in this thing. And as you start scrolling, then you're hooked and like 2 hours goes by and you're trying to learn the Weekend blinding lights dance. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, absolutely.
I like that you're full in on it and you're like trying these new things and doing these different trends. It's I mean this as a compliment when I say this, by the way, so please don't take this as a knock.
Oh,
It's not like polished like you see. What's that girl's name who's like the most famous on TikTok? Like she's
Addison Rae.
Yes.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about though, right? Like you're just having fun and that's fun for the viewer as well.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be like that on all socials. I honestly, I take a lot of pride in trying to lay it all out there and just kind of be like, this is the real part of my life. Paired with the like, I got my hair and makeup professionally done today and I'm feeling 10 out of 10. I'm also going to post that. So I don't know. I think it's important as like any public or semi-public person to like try to show all of it. So like young kids actually have something real to look to,
So speaking of real, you showed off the closet in the TikTok video, which is incredible, obviously. Do you have a favorite like outfit? And I don't mean like an award show thing. I mean, Kelsey's going to I don't know, hang out with some friends today. And because I feel like everyone has one outfit where they feel their best, right?
Yeah.
You have one?
Mine honestly is like boyfriend jeans and a white t-shirt. I don't know. It's like you can't go wrong. It's never going to go out of style. It's classic. I was actually doing having this conversation with Faith Hill earlier last year, and we were talking about fashion and how fashion is, such a part of a woman's career and how you can make a lot of statements with it, and it's another creative outlet and all this stuff. And I asked her the same question. I said, what's your staple? What's your go-to? And she goes, man, as much as I love putting on like a Tom Ford floor-length gown, I love a pair of ripped blue jeans, a ball cap, and a white t-shirt. And I was like, that is my girl.
There's a reason why they're classic, right? Simple is always the best.
That's right.
I want to go back to the album a little bit. There's a song on there. My favorite song is a country song. It's a great song. And I wrote down a line, so I'm going to read here for a second. I'm not trying to be rude. Got me through the drama with my ex, the first time that I had sex, the day the word divorce got really real, my first year in Nashville. Maybe it's because of my raising, what my parents were playing, but when I feel my heart break and no hesitation, I go and I write a country song. And that verse for me, which I think is the second verse in the song, was like, I mean, when you hear a song and you hear a line and you like feel it in your heart and it like just pulls a little bit. That was it for me. It's an unbelievable song, Kelsey. Can you tell me about that tune a little bit?
You're making my heart happy. That was like one of the songs that I put on the album for me. I think like making records, I'm like, this one, kind of sounds like the radio. This one kind of sounds like it'll go great on a live show. This is going to be the acoustic moment, like all these things. But then there's always a song that I just put on there for me, whether I ever play it live or not. And that was the song. So thank you for saying that. I wrote that song the same weekend I wrote Homecoming Queen and Club, which are all on this record. And it was just kind of this really, I don't know, a weekend where everything was kind of just pouring out. And I was just thinking about how the whole reason I started writing music was because my parents got divorced and it was so heavy and so much to handle at the time. I was 12 and I'm an only child. And so it was this gift that was kind of fell into my lap, and it's been therapy for me ever since. And so it was kind of me getting back in touch with like, I never want to get to a point as a songwriter, especially an artist, where I'm writing songs to fit a certain thing. I always want to write songs because it's me trying to get things out and be honest and vulnerable and vent and all that kind of stuff. And that was me kind of getting back in touch with that. Like I write songs because it helps me with that laundry list of things that you mentioned. That is the second verse of that song. And I think just naming all those things kind of, I don't know. I feel the same way singing it as you do hearing it, of just like, oh yeah, I remember all these things and I remember the songs that I wrote about them, and I'm so grateful that I had this outlet to just get it all out.
Let's talk about LA, which is the song that you wrote by yourself. And I was watching one of your older interviews, and you said that it was this song for you that kind of was the struggle between hustling, right, and working and doing your job. And then the other side of it is wanting to have some roots and wanting to be home and do that kind of thing. And I wonder now, now that you've had a year at home where you've been forced to be at home, if the song is a little different for you, I mean, obviously it's something you were feeling, so it still rings true. But if you could speak to that a little bit.
You know, that song represents so many things. I think it's kind of, you can listen to it through a bunch of different lenses, and that's definitely one of them. Was the love of you know, going and going and going, mixed with like, but I want to create a home, you know, a home base. But it was also like, you know, I love the opportunities that California has. Like, I love writing out there. I love doing whatever TV things happen out there. But at the same time, it's like, I'm a country girl. Like, I was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I live in Nashville, and I never intend to go anywhere. And so I think I really struggled while making this album, because I really sonically made some decisions to push boundaries. And I loved doing that. I love doing that. But I was worried. I was worried if people would think that I was leaving, or if people thought that I had pushed too far. And I kind of had this conversation with myself of like, if I'm making music that I love and I know where I stand, then that's enough. And that was kind of also me kind of going through that process while writing LA.
I want to talk about the autograph wall that you guys have in your house.
It's gone. We moved.
Oh, you should like cut it out, or I don't know, something, right? Like,
well, so the story, I don't even know if I've told the story before. So we had this wall in our condo that we just moved from, and the first person to sign it was Ed Sheeran. And it was because we had all gone out to dinner in Nashville. It was Ed, Morgan, and I, and Luke Combs and his now wife.
Yeah.
Nicole, and like such a random group, so fun. We were all, you know, whatever, drinking, and we all came up to the condo because I had to take the dog out. And so while I was gone, they all took a shot, and Ed, I guess he signed the wall. I don't know. And so then Luke signed the wall, and then it just became a thing. So anyone that came over would sign this wall and like write a little message or whatever. And it was like our wall of fame. And then we moved, and so we had to paint over it. It was a sad day.
Well, I have follow-up questions to this now, because my original question was, I wanted to know who signed it first, but like,
yeah,
if I had someone over at my house and I went to the bathroom and they did a shot, and then I came out and they wrote on my wall, I'd be like, what the hell, dude? You're not allowed to drink anymore. What's going on? Like, was there any part of you or Morgan that were like, what are you doing?
No, we're so not like that. Like, we love having people over, and we love having the kind of house where it's like, leave your shoes on or take them off, track in dirt, spill wine on the couch. We don't care. Just make yourself feel at home. So no, we're not like that at all.
So then the other follow-up is, are you going to do a new autograph wall in the new house?
We haven't started one yet, but now I'm going to, because I loved having it. It was a fun thing for people to, you know, come sign, but also I just like loved having it for memories. So yes, I'm going to start it now.
I love it. I want to talk about, so after this, I'm talking to Kenny Chesney, and you guys are both from Knoxville, right? And so I wanted to do some fun, random, you know, quick draw questions. And the first one is, who's the most famous person from Knoxville outside of you and Kenny? Can you name another one?
I'm not going to say Knoxville, but from East Tennessee would be Dolly Parton.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I did look ahead of time though, because I was interested, and you guys have a lot of people from Knoxville. Quentin Tarantino, Jack Hanna, who's the zoo guy, and Christina Hendrick, who is in Mad Men and Good Girls.
The more you know.
Knoxville, bringing out all
showing up, man.
If you could live anywhere, Nashville doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be there for work. If you could live anywhere, where would it be and why?
Like, on God, Nashville.
Really?
But I love traveling. So I think part of the reason that I love Nashville so much is because I'm able to still go like see other parts of the world and of the country, and then come back here. So it's still Nashville. Yeah.
Morgan is the most attractive when blank. It could be something he wears, something he does.
When he's playing music, because he's so happy. And when he's happy, he's very handsome.
Great answer. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Either a hair and makeup artist or a veterinarian, which are very opposite ends, but yeah. And so now, like, it's half the time I just do my own hair and makeup, and I still get to kind of scratch that itch, which is nice.
Didn't I read somewhere that you took ballet or dance or something like that for a handful of years as well? Was that ever something that you wanted to do?
No. Yeah, no, I danced for 10 years, but I was never, as soon as I joined a team and started doing competitive hip hop, by the way, which is hard to imagine now because I'm so long and lanky. but yeah, no, I never was like, I want to do this for a living. I think I loved music and I loved rhythm. So that was kind of before I discovered my love of actually like doing music. That was like my way of kind of finding my way there.
What kind of songs would you dance to in competitive hip hop? Like, do you
I
remember any of them?
Booty.
Which Miss New Booty?
Yeah.
What a great song. But probably a little awkward for what I imagine you were probably in high school, like that kind of age, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
What is your favorite TikTok video that you've posted? Your favorite?
The first one I did. It's like one of my favorite movie scenes ever, and it's Emma Stone in Easy A, where she gets the "I got a bucket full of sunshine" card. That's before I understood how the app worked, and I just knew that I probably needed to get on it. So the whole time I had this scene pulled up on YouTube on my computer, and I would just start and stop it and get the audio from my computer. It took me all day. Like it took me all day. It was so embarrassing, but it was still my favorite.
It's totally worth it though. I did one that this is the one that I'm most happy with whiskey glasses, Morgan Wallen's whiskey glasses. And my wife was like, that's really good. Like how long did that take you? And I said literally all day. Like literally all day. And then you feel kind of like you wasted the day, right? Because you're like, did I really just do that for a TikTok video?
Oh, and for me, like I get ready for them sometimes. Like I'll like actually do like get myself together, and then I'm like, I just spent an hour getting myself ready to post a 15-second video. What am I doing? And then it'll end up being worth it for some reason.
So you released this album in the middle of the chaos that we're all still kind of going through and processing. It's got to be a little bittersweet. I imagine that you are, just itching to get out and perform these songs. And while you have done some shows and obviously the award shows, we've been able to see you perform. I wonder what it's going to be like for you when things do get back to normal, to get back out on that stage. And I wonder if will you take a different approach to performing for your fans now that this has been taken away from, us as fans, but you as a performer as well?
I mean, yeah, to all of it. I think that there's going to be, sometimes it feels monotonous. You get on the road and you're doing a similar show every night for most of the year. And so, I mean, it's sad to admit this, but of course there are nights where you feel like you're kind of going through the motions, and that sounds really ungrateful, but that's just the truth. And so I think that having to step back where we don't even have the option to do it, it's just like, man, I think there's going to be such a new level of just presence and like, I can't believe we get to be here when we get to be here, whether that is like one night a week or back to the full schedule. I think there's definitely going to be a new presence there.
I agree. And I can't wait to see these shows. I can't wait to hear the new music too, because creative songwriters like yourself have been like, you haven't had the distractions of being on a bus and going to a different city and having this meeting and that meeting. Like you have just been able to write and like, I can't wait to hear that music. Seriously. It's going to be unbelievable.
It's been really fun to just, like you're saying, like not try to like shove a write in between 2 days where you're exhausted, like from doing other things and promo and touring and all that. Like having all of this space to just be and think and process and write has really been a silver lining, I think.
Can't wait to hear it. Kelsea, thanks so much for the time. I love Hole in the Bottle. We're going to play it on the show here in a second. Yeah. And I can't wait to get out and see you in person, hopefully soon.
Yes, we'll put a hole in a bottle.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kelsea.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.